For the first time in her life, Ino Esperanta felt as though she was in control of her destiny. Just yesterday, she had graduated from officer training school and was about to start her new career in the Coalition, the largest military alliance in the galaxy, of which humanity was a founding member. Ino parked her EV in front of the Coalition liaison office at Guyana Space Center, located on the Caribbean shores of South America. Starships came and went from here in noisy fashion. Some of them belonged to the UN military. A few were flagged as Coalition vessels. The rest were assorted civilian ships. Knowing she had arrived early, Ino took a few moments to make final adjustments to her uniform. She wanted to make a good impression on the Coalition commanders, so she opted for the ceremonial dress uniform today. She made one final self-inspection, and then paused to watch a Coalition starship lifting off from the ground. The destroyer rose into the sky with a deep rumble that shook the ground beneath Ino's feet. Ino took a deep breath and turned in a circle, taking in as many sights as she could. Once she left Earth, she might not return home for a long time. She knew a few officers who had been in space for up to 3 years straight. Ino knew the next stage in her career would be an assignment aboard a starship. It was what she had been training for the past year. Ino did not have a particular vessel she wanted to serve on, but she was curious about certain missions that would take her very far away from Earth. She took a deep breath to steel her courage, and then entered the Coalition liaison office. An alien dressed in the Coalition battle uniform greeted Ino in the lobby. She recognized him as a member of the Lozavatan people, a race of plantoids who were able to live comfortably on certain parts of Earth. The Lozavatan officer adjusted one of his branches and waved at Ino, imploring her to approach. When she drew closer, Ino spotted a tripod next to the alien, upon which a sign declared in bold lettering, Coalition Military Intelligence Corps, Match, Outpace, Eclipse. OTS graduates, please wait here for your assignments. The Lozavatan officer told Ino to stand in the hallway with her back against the wall. Admiral Ruel would call her into his office when he was ready. As Ino took her space, she noticed the plantoid touching his wrist-mounted communicator with a vine. A soft beeping noise sounded from an office that no doubt contained Admiral Ruel. Ino looked around. The hallway and lobby were decorated with paintings of the most famous human-built Coalition starships. The battleship Engadine, the frigate Seawolf, the destroyer Aquarius, the command ship Basilisk. The Seawolf had found fame in the border skirmishes, where the Empire of Axpental threatened to encroach on Coalition space. The Aquarius was a spy ship that once caused an incident by accidentally straying across the interstellar border and into Fellowship territory. This only made Ino feel even more apprehensive. What vessel would she be posted on? What illustrious space captain would dare to trust a rookie tactical officer like her? Ensign Esperanta, the Admiral called out. Ino had to catch herself to stop herself from stumbling as she made her way into the Admiral's office. When ordered, she sat down in front of his desk. Admiral Ruel, a kind-faced old man, stroked his beard as a secretary handed him Ino's file. Ah, yes. Ino Esperanta. I've been waiting to see your name cross my desk, he said. You know me, sir? Ino asked, caught off guard. Ever since your 5th written aptitude test, Admiral Ruel replied. Twice is an accident. 3 times is curious. 4 times is a trend. 5 times? Well, you have my attention. The Admiral set down his paperwork and stared at Ino. She tried to sit upright without making it obvious that she was trying to adjust her posture. You've demonstrated a skill set we don't see frequently in people who apply to be tactical officers, Ruel said. A very unusual way of thinking about the assets given to you during a mission. What were your exact words again? Ah, yes. He picked up the paper again and read a highlighted comment. I do not care about what it was designed to do, I only care about what it can do. Those are your words, Esperanta. I find it curious. Well, I can explain that, sir, Ino said, quickly recovering her composure. Sometimes our ship commanders can get into, like, a mental trench. They only consider their ship's abilities based on what's in the documentation, what they were told in training. Failure of imagination has gotten people killed plenty of times before. Tactical officers are supposed to be the commander's imagination. That sort of thinking has influenced my decision on where to post you, Admiral Ruel said. Ensign, I want your line of thinking at GALEX. GALEX? I don't know what that is, Ino said, starting to realize she was not going to get a ship assignment after all. GALEX, short for Galactic Exercise, is a massive training event carried out by all members of the Coalition, Admiral Ruel said. Humanity will be sending a flotilla of warships to train with our extraterrestrial allies as a single united force. I want you there for a very specific part of the event. Operation Devil's Courthouse. The Admiral opened his folder and showed the contents to Ino. He explained. Devil's Courthouse, and by extension the rest of GALEX, is a war game, a simulated battle to test our fleet's capabilities under highly specific circumstances. This year, humanity has been selected to play the role of OPFOR, the enemy the Coalition will be fighting against. The Admiral closed his folder. Ensign Esperanta, I want you to serve as tactical officer for one of the starships participating in Operation Devil's Courthouse. The war game will take place in the Tau Ceti star system, just 11 light-years away from Earth. Your journey there will not be a long one. Ino watched as the Admiral pushed the folder toward her. He was expecting her to take it as a sign of acceptance, and her visible hesitation caused a look of concern to cross his face. You were hoping for a more illustrious posting, he said. A more distant one, Ino replied. Her eyes narrowed. Sorry? Didn't catch that, the Admiral said. Someplace farther away, Ino said. I have family problems here on Earth. I was hoping to get posted somewhere really far away from home. The Admiral sighed. Then a look of surprised delight came over his face. You know, I might have an idea. Sir? However, this will require you to make a deal with me, Admiral Ruel said. Here is my offer. If you perform well in the GALEX, well enough to, let's say you perform well enough to earn a medal, I'll get you a tactical officer slot on the new Azrael-class battleship Marathon. She's a magnificent vessel, should be entering service in the next few months, and, more importantly, her first patrol will be at the Fellowship Augment border, on the other side of the Tiana Vec wormhole, thousands of light-years from here. Ino racked her brains. The Augmented Savanti Administration was a spacefaring civilization located in the next galactic arm, due south of human territory on maps of the galaxy. It was accessible via wormhole and was well known for two reasons. First, slaves escaping from the Destican Astral Fellowship would frequently travel through augment space to reach the relative safety of human territory. Second, the augmented Savanti people were showing a strong interest in forging an alliance with humanity, and the Savanti ruler had publicly expressed a desire to join the coalition. The Admiral smiled at Ino, who looked back with an expression that betrayed her hopeful feelings. You'd really do that for me? She said. The Admiral waved his hand as though this was no major concern. Have you forgotten the coalition is a meritocracy? He said. Demonstration of skill, aptitude, and competence is to be commended and rewarded. Impress me at GALEX, and I'll have your name at the top of the list for the Marathon's next crew rotation. He put his hand over his heart. Ino reached forward and took the folder. A military training exercise. Ino had not heard of GALEX before, but she had done plenty of exercises during her own training. These simulated battles were the best way to experiment with new tactics and strategies. Ino realized the Admiral was right. GALEX could be an opportunity for her to shine. "I'll do it," Ino said. "I won't let you down, sir."
You're walking down a well-worn road. Something changed, but who would know? The smiles you get are poisoned well. The color you once knew is killed. And as you realize what's wrong, the dirt under your feet is gone. The enemy looks in your eyes. Now it's time to make it right. You gotta make it right. Do you know what it takes to be a hero? When you lost a piece of love